Hello, sixth graders. I hope you are well. Welcome to another week of virtual learning. This is for the last week of October. Unbelievable. Monday is a work day, so you weren't here yesterday. Hope you got some rest. And next Tuesday is voting day. So next Tuesday, you also get some extra rest because it's voting day and a lot of the schools are used as voting precincts. So you get another day off. You guys are getting too many days off. We have too many teacher work days. Not fair, not fair. So anyway, let's see what is coming up for this week. It's gonna be Halloween. I hope my screen didn't scare you guys. I have lots of scary pumpkins on there. So, welcome to the last week of October. What? This week, Monday, don't come to school. Of course, y'all don't come to school ever, but that's great. That's fine. You are home schoolers, kind of. All right, so on Tuesday, you're gonna be working with parts of an expression. On Wednesday, you're going to be evaluating algebraic expressions. Thursday, make sure you come to my Zoom meeting. And Friday, you have a quiz over what you do through the week. So pretty straightforward stuff. Not a lot of unusual things going on. So when you click onto your parts of an expression, and we got to talk about expressions at our Zoom meeting last Thursday. Thank you guys for joining me. I had a great group. So when you're looking at parts of an expression, so first of all, I went straight to the quiz, but are you allowed to do that? No, never. Don't ever do that. Go to the lesson. Don't skip the lesson, go to the quiz and go, I don't understand how to do this. Well, obviously you missed the lesson. You have to read the lesson. You have to do the example problems. You have to try the problems yourself, and then you check them. If you just sit there and watch the curriculum solve the problem, or just sit there and watch a video, do the problems, and you're not doing anything, that means you're not actively learning. So even though you watch someone do something and go, oh, that's easy, I can do that, unless you try it for yourself, you don't know, okay? So you should be working hard in math. You should not be a passive listener in math. You have to do math to be successful with it, okay? So a lot of you need to work a lot harder. So you're going to be answering questions about coefficients. So a coefficient is a number multiplied by a variable. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 terms right here. Terms are separated by addition and subtraction signs. There's only one number that's connected to a variable. So the variable is x. The number being multiplied by x is -5, -5, -5. So when asked what the coefficient of the variable is, the coefficient is -5. That's the only coefficient. The rest of them, since they are not connected to a variable, those are called constants. They're constants. So the variable on that first problem is -5. All right, which of the following best describes the expression? So here we have a multiplication problem. 6 is being multiplied by y plus 3. Or I could say that the opposite. Y plus 3 is being multiplied by 6. So multiplication goes with the word product. And we see addition here, right? So addition goes with the word adding. So the product of two constant factors, 6 and 3 plus a variable. I don't like that because it's the sum of y and 3 that's being multiplied by 6. So I don't like A. All right, the sum of two constant factors. So that's saying that two constants are being added. Well, the constants are 6 and 3. They're constants when they don't have a variable attached to them. So just by the way this starts, the sum of two constant factors, nope, I already can throw that out the window. That cannot be the answer. All right, let's look at the third choice. The product of a constant factor. So is 6 a constant factor? Yes. And it says the product of a constant factor of 6, is 6 being multiplied by something? Yes, it is. The product of a constant factor of 6 and a factor with the sum of two terms. Is this the sum of two terms? I like that. I like that answer. So let's see what D says. The sum of a constant factor of 3, the sum of a constant factor of 3 and a factor with the product of two terms. No, I don't like that answer. So I would pick C. C is the best answer. All right, this question asks, what is the constant term? So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 terms. The first term is 6x to the third y. That's all one big term because there's no plus or minus signs in there. The second term is 8x squared. The third term is 5x. And the constant is, what is the constant? It's 7. All right, which expression shows a sum of 4 terms? So 4 separate terms all being added. What do you think? A, that's 4 terms all being added. All right, how many variable terms are in this expression? How many terms that have variables? So that's what it's asking, how many variable terms? So look at that first long one, 3x to the third y. That's one term. There's no plus or minus signs in there. So that's one variable term. 5x squared, that has a variable. So that's 2 variable terms. Negative 4y, that's a variable term, right? That's 3 variable terms. And then we have 1z. 1 times z is 1z, or just z. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4 variable terms and 1 constant. 4 variable terms. All right, which of the following best describes the expression? So let's look at the expression first. We have the product of 7 and x. That's a product. Those are being multiplied. 7x means 7 times x. We have the product of 2 and y. 2 times y, and then it's the sum of those 2 terms. So let's see what basically says that. The sum of 2 products, the sum of 2 products, there are 2 terms. I like that. I like that. The product of 2 sums, are there 2 different sums going on? I don't like that. Well, we know C and D are out the window because there are not 4 terms. There's 2 terms. The first term is 7x, and the second term is 2y. So no matter what the rest of this says, those are gone. So A is the best answer. So let's see how I did. Look at that, 20 out of 20. That's how we do it, people. All right, so that's what you guys are going to do. You're going to go through parts of an expression. You're going to go through evaluating algebraic expressions. You're going to click there. What else are you going to do? You're going to read everything. What else are you going to do? You're going to do all the practice problems. You're going to check your answers. You're going to watch the videos. It should take you an hour, you guys, to do these 2 things right here. It should take you an hour. Take your time going through the lesson. Do all that stuff I just said. It takes time. You might have to do everything twice to get it in your head, to get an understanding of it. And then you go to your evaluating algebraic expressions quiz, and you should take everything twice. If you miss anything the first time, look at what your mistake was, figure it out, and then try it again. Now, I'm not going to tell you all the answers this time. I'm just going to look at some. All right, so this is wanting us to evaluate this expression by substitution. So we're going to plug in 5 for x. So x squared, what's x? What's 5x? What's 5 squared? 5 squared, 5 squared. 5 squared is 5 times 5, right? So what's 5 times 5? 25. So guys, that is a long multiplication problem. So you are multiplying 7 times 5 squared, which is 25. So 7 times 25 times 3. You're multiplying 5 times 25 times 3. And you're getting a big answer like all of these. All right, the expression 2 times length plus width is used to calculate the perimeter of a rectangle, where L is the length and W is the width. So if the length is 2/3 and the width is 1/3, if we plug those in, we're going to get 2/3 plus 1/3. Let me find a white piece of paper. What's 2/3? thirds plus 1/3. So I just substituted in for L and W. Do those two numbers have common denominators? Yep. So what do we do with the numerators? We add them. So 2 plus 1 is 3. So I got 3/3 in the parentheses, right? So what is 3/3 simplified is 1. 1. So my final answer is 2 times 1. What's 2 times 1? Well, I'm not going to tell you. You have to figure it out. All right, then you guys are going to substitute. You're going to plug in A, 4 for A. So 4 squared, 4 times 4. 4 squared is 16. So remember, order of operations, you do what's in the parentheses first, and then you do what's outside the parentheses. So inside the parentheses, we have 4 squared, which is 16, plus, now we're going to multiply 4 times 3. So 4 times 3 is 12. So we have 16 plus 12. You add those two numbers together first, 16 plus 12, add them together, and then finally you multiply by 3.14. Okay? Number 4, you're just substituting. You're doing the math exactly like it tells you to. All right, so then that's that. And now you're going to Zoom with me on Thursday, and we're going to go over all these problems. And then on Friday, I would save my quiz to Friday because that'll give us an opportunity to review on Thursday. So your mid-module check is on Friday. We'll look at these problems again on Thursday. But basically, it's asking you if you have a cube, a 3-dimensional cube, and each of the sides are 15. So let me draw a 3-dimensional cube. So we have a 3-dimensional cube. There we go. If the length and the width and the height are all 15, how do you find the volume of a cube? What do you do when you have a cube? 15 times 15 times 15, right? So basically, we want to know what is 15 to the 3rd power. Where are you? Where's my camera? 15 to the 3rd power. 15 times 15 times 15. Well, that's a big number. I don't know what it is. But you don't even need to know what it is. Look at your choices. All right, anyway. Then number 2, if you have a calculator, if you have a good calculator, you can plug it right into the calculator exactly like you see it, including the parentheses. But on this one, you're going to say 4 times 4 times 4 first, 64. And then you're going to do what's in the parentheses. 3 minus 2 is 1. And then it's 64 plus, what's 2 times 1? 2. So 64 plus 2. Okay? All right, oh my goodness, I am helping you guys too much. All right, so this should not be too difficult. All right, let's look at number 6 though. It wants us to identify all of these words. It wants us to identify sum. All right, what is sum? What does that mean? Of this problem up here, you see sum, so 4x, whoops, 4x, well, 4x is being added to 2. That means sum, right? And then it wants us to identify terms. So terms, I see, you know what, if I simplify this, let's say I simplified 5 times 4x plus 2 divided by 7. Is that divided by? Yes. Oh, I don't have a divided by symbol. Divided by 7. I would go ahead and maybe distribute that 5. 5 times 4 is 20x plus 10. 10 divided by 7. So then I would say, what are my terms? Well, terms are separated by addition signs, right? The terms, I would say the terms are 20x and 10. Now the 7y is not a term because it's not being separated by anything by an adding or subtracting symbol, okay? All right, product. So product is multiplication. So the product of 5 and 4x plus 2. So that shows product, or I should say, I'm using the same word. That doesn't make any sense. 5, let's use a different word, multiplied by 4x plus 2. I know what I'm talking about when I say that, right? All right, factor. What are factors? Factors are, so let's say we have 4x. That's a multiplication problem. So 4x, I would say 4 is a factor of 4x. And I would say x is a factor of 4x. Those are both, when you have two things being multiplied, the factors are the things that are being multiplied, right? Quotient, what does quotient mean? Quotient is division. So I would say, what's being divided by? 20x plus 10 is being divided by 7y. Right? Does that make sense? I know what quotient means if I see that. And then finally, coefficients. Coefficients are the numbers that are attached to variables. So 4x, I'll say the coefficient of 4x is 4. The coefficient of 7y is 7. All right, so if you watch this video, when you do your quiz on Friday, there's a lot of information right there. All right, and then finally on the last one, on number 7, you're gonna substitute. So 3 in for x and 4 in for y. So first thing you do, order operations, is you do exponents. So you're gonna say 4 squared. What's 4 squared? 4 times 4. 4 times 4 is 16. Then you find a fourth of 16. A fourth of 16. That's just like saying, what's 16 divided by 4? A fourth of 16 is 4, right? A fourth of y squared equals 4. And then 3 times 3 is 9. So basically you're adding 9 plus 4. 9 plus 4. All right, you're welcome for all that help. Hopefully I will see the ones who will watch this video and who don't, because I just helped you out a lot for your quiz, right? All right, so that's it, guys. You just have 3 assignments this week, including our Zoom meeting. So our Zoom meeting is on Thursday. Do I know what time yet? I don't think I do know what time yet, so I will let you know. Oh, I put 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock on Thursday is your Zoom meeting, okay? All right, you guys have a great week, and I hope you enjoyed Monday off, and I will see you guys on Thursday. Have a good one.